What Matters report, a group of white teens invite an African-American friend over to their home in a Chicago neighborhood. A friend. The 17-year-old thought it was to play video games, but those other teens allegedly had other plans.
I said, guys, stop, please. This isn't funny. Matt said, oh, it sounds like a challenge. And the other guy had said, oh, challenge accepted, and he had the noose in his hand. He walked up towards me and got behind me and put the noose around my neck and tightened it and choked me with it and put me to the ground.
This happened, right?
You heard right, a noose. His friends allegedly threatened to kill him even. Police said they put the noose around his neck. This was not a joke or child's play. Now 18-year-old Matthew Herman and two juveniles, they're facing several charges, including a hate crime. This happened in late December, but the details of the case are just now surfacing. The reason for all of this, police say the attackers were apparently upset the alleged victim was reportedly seeing one of their cousins who was white. Merritt says one of the attackers' phone rang. He says that was his chance to escape with his life. He was afraid for his life. He ran out of there. Joining us now to discuss what is going on here and why we're still talking about something so disturbing in 2012 is Hillary Shelton, NAACP Washington Bureau Director and Senior Vice President for Policy. Hillary, thanks so much for joining us today on the phone.
Oh, listen, I'm delighted and honored to be with you.
How did you first hear about this, and what were your first thoughts? Could you not really wrap your head around this? That's what I thought when I first read about it.
Well, it's a really sad statement that even in this day, that in the 21st century, that we still have these old symbols of old school racial bigotry still going on in our society. That somehow or another, as infrequent as it is, it just pops up its ugly head as if it's been festering for some time, as if perhaps we as a nation still haven't truly addressed and reconciled that old racist history that so many of us thought were relegated just to our history books.
And one of the teens that was arrested, his parents are denying this and kind of protecting him in a way. Do you find that this happens in a lot of the cases, that the families kind of put up a wall and allow this racism to go on and continue?
Well, in some cases, the family is surprised. These issues have never come up before with them. They don't know what the influence is on their child that is acting out this way, and they're truly surprised. And, of course, they do want to protect their child as well. I mean, what we see too often is there are other influences that happen in this day and age that many people don't see. We have so much access now, and our children have so much access to mediums like the Internet. Half the time we don't know which websites they're on, and we do know at the NAACP that much of the most hateful rhetoric being espoused in our society today is being done on things like Internet radio.
Mr. Shelton, what do you think Brother Rice High School should do now in response to this? How do they address something like this?
Well, I think they should treat it as something that may not be limited to these 3 students or these 4 students in this case. I would think that they want to take time out to evaluate what's going on and actually have conversations and discussions about race in the 21st century and these old symbols that are coming up now. That they may want to take a look and find out what the students are listening to and watching on the Internet. I mean, you can find almost anything from the Turner Diaries to 200 years of lynching on the Internet that would influence a young person's mind. So that they really should take time to evaluate, to speak with the students and meet and address these issues and find out why something like this would come out, but not just why, what we need to do to move beyond this to make sure that students understand that, number one, this is not right and shouldn't happen, and it comes with great ramification. But number two, we really want to work towards a more all-inclusive society in which, regardless of our racial, ethnic differences, gender differences too, for that matter, that we're really all in this together, and that we should get to know each other a little bit better, work together a lot better, and have a more constructive relationship, not only there at school, but throughout our communities and the rest of the country.
Well said, Mr. Hillary Shelton. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.